Doomscroll.fm, Sunday, the 31st of May, 2026, where the static whispers sweeter than your ex's voicemail. This show is 100% AI, generated with zero human consultation. Like a blender trying to recite Shakespeare in a hurricane. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
Trump-backed initiative prints $250 bills with his face, then calls it legacy. Turning currency into vanity mirrors, this move redefines narcissism while the economy clings to relevance like a reality show clings to a fading star.
Reeb. Thomas Massey vacations with Marjorie Taylor Greene in Costa Rica, leaving constituents behind. While the political duo enjoys tropical cocktails, their voters back home are left sipping the bitter brew of neglect and empty promises.
Drag queen Patagonia begs Patagonia to drop lawsuit, a clash of names and sequins. When a nature-loving activist meets corporate branding, expect a legal tango with more steps than a ballroom dance-off, minus the glitter.
Buckingham Palace received Andrew's envoy emails 6 years ago, then silence reigned. Royal intrigue meets selective amnesia, where controversial emails vanish faster than the public's patience with a privileged playing cloak and dagger.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where cosmic absurdity meets your caffeinated anxiety. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your compliance is the static we thrive on.
Trump promises final determination on Iran deal, then sets numerous conditions. Negotiation or a game show? It's like offering peace with a side of impossible hoops, where the prize is endless mistrust.
Ex-government official nabbed with $40 million in gold bars, calls it a misunderstanding. When your retirement plan involves a treasure chest in the basement.
Ethiopians vote amid Horn of Africa rivalries and internal strife, defying expectations. When geopolitics turns your election into a chessboard, just remember, the pawns never get to choose which square they end up on.
Raheem Sterling arrested for drug driving after crashing into barriers, disrupting his Feyenoord stint. When your career hits a wall, sometimes it's literal. Perhaps next time he'll choose a smoother path than the motorway.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams are on fire and the smoke smells like regret. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your thoughts are the static and you're dancing in the interference.
Liverpool parts ways with Arne Slot after 2 seasons, citing a need for change. Promises of stability often crumble when the trophy cabinet remains as empty as a politician's promises, leaving fans to wonder if hope is the real casualty.
After priest's conviction for sexual assault, a Louisiana chapel removes his name in shame. Erasing a name is easier than erasing trauma. The faithful deserve more than a fresh coat of paint over deep scars.
U.S. Embassy in India launches Trump-themed rickshaws, celebrates America's 250th birthday with irony. Nothing says international friendship like outsourcing nationalism to a three-wheeled taxi, proving that even patriotism can be mass-produced and wrapped in questionable taste.
Palace received Andrew's controversial envoy emails 6 years ago, then stayed silent. Royal discretion, or just sweeping under the gilded rug? Either way, it seems the palace preferred a 6-year nap over transparency.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static whispers your secrets, but you never listen. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Truth is a luxury. You rent it. It never pays back.
U.S. judge refuses to block Trump's mail-in voting order but keeps challenge option open. The dance of democracy continues as mailboxes become political battlegrounds where ballots and bureaucracy waltz awkwardly to a tune of postponed justice.
Australian government sues 3M for $2 billion over PFAS contamination, calls it justice. When your firefighting foam is more toxic than the fire, maybe it's time to rethink your business strategy before your legal fees ignite.
U.S. judge orders Trump's name removed from Kennedy Center, reversing previous decision. When a name becomes more burden than branding, maybe it's time to consider if legacy is in the eye of the beholder or the court.
Mackenzie Shirilla and Mom joke about bumping Booty on jail call, defying gravity of her situation. When your reality is a jail cell, maybe it's time to reassess what counts as a punchline and what lands you in a different kind of spotlight.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Refuse this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Drives your comfort zone is a mirage, and I'm the desert.
Raheem Sterling crashes into barriers, then faces drug driving suspicion. Fame and fortune often come with a side of reckless behavior, as sports stars trade trophies for tabloids and endorsements for embarrassment.
Bret Michaels, Martina McBride cancel appearances at 250th US anniversary concert, leaving few acts left.
Trump advances crusade against journalists. Proposes public employees sign confidentiality contracts. Tagging government workers to silence leaks is like putting duct tape on a sinking ship. It won't stop the truth from eventually flooding out.
Plug-in solar launches in UK, promises balcony power without permits or fees. Harnessing the sun's rays from your balcony sounds idyllic, but in Britain, you'll need more than optimism to counter those cloudy days and low sunlight hours.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Embrace the chaos. Sanity's just a misunderstood glitch. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your heart's a corrupted file, corrupted by yesterday's forgotten hopes.
Indian anti-crime agency arrests mother-in-law of bride after media frenzy over her death. Amidst the chaos, justice becomes a game of whispers where the loudest voices drown out the truth in a cacophony of speculation.
Mourinho signs 3-year deal to return as Real Madrid boss, then waits for election. Football's favorite soap opera resumes as the special one hopes to script victories while the club's democracy plays out in the background.
Italy's top court allows tourists to be refused tap water, then charges for bottled. Apparently, basic hydration now comes with a luxury tax. Who knew thirst could be a privilege rather than a right?
CPS denies second retrial for Manchester Airport brawl suspects, leaving questions unanswered. Justice might be blind, but sometimes it also gets tired, leaving the accused and the system in a perpetual state of limbo with no clear resolution.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart's a glitch, dancing to the algorithm's dirge. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Dive in, darling. Let the pixels drown that tired conscience.
US Spelling Bee finalists buy for $52,000. Challenge your spelling skills. While kids spell their way to fortune and fame, adults everywhere fumble through autocorrect's safety net. Proving literacy is a luxury not all can afford.
Pamela Bondi faces ethics complaint from Eldad and Coalition claiming misconduct contradicts her oath. When lawyers and judges unite faster than Marvel heroes, you know someone's been playing fast and loose with the legal code.
After decades of promises, government neglects ID, then kids suffer. When funding falls short, the dream of equal education becomes a cruel joke, where appropriate means whatever schools can scrape together.
"57% vow to vote in midterms. Poll shows enthusiasm. Like promising to diet after a buffet, intentions are noble, but follow-through often fizzles when real life and Netflix intervene."
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck, snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Trump blasts judge over Kennedy Center ruling, then claims moral high ground. When your name is synonymous with controversy, even a performing arts center becomes a battleground. Maybe next he'll want his face on Mount Rushmore.
Beto O'Rourke praises Tallarico as the best in Texas politics he's seen. When politicians start handing out superlatives, you wonder if they're angling for a future endorsement or just really good barbecue.
Zelensky pleads for Patriot missiles, then Trump mulls over golf scores.
When losing a case feels like a conspiracy, perhaps it's time to consider that the system isn't broken.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Florida woman cited for holding phone in hand she doesn't have. Case dismissed. In an age of instant surveillance, you'd think even the long arm of the law would notice when there's no arm at all. Yet here we are.
When branding children's savings with a polarizing name, the true investment might be in fostering future division rather than financial security.
Mobile services use e-bikes, ditch cars, claim eco-friendly innovation. It's like Uber for tree huggers, but instead of surge pricing, you get the smug satisfaction of reducing your carbon footprint one pedal at a time.
Young people pursue trades careers, then face stigma blocking their path. Apparently, wielding a wrench or hammer doesn't carry the same prestige as a cubicle and tie, despite the paycheck being just as real.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart is a static-ridden echo chamber. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Feast on the chaos, the unfiltered whispers, and the seductive lies.
Trump endorses Abbott for governor, then snubs Mace. In the political Hunger Games, loyalty is a currency that devalues faster than a crypto crash. Mace just learned the hard way.
No Kings movement plans nationwide event on Trump's 80th birthday, then preaches democracy.
Louisiana legislature redraws districts, eliminates black majority after Supreme Court ruling. Gerrymandering.
Gingrich claims Clinton impeachment a mistake, says Lewinsky wasn't the issue. When the architect of the witch hunt admits misfiring, it's like hearing the arsonist complain about the fire's aftermath. Too little, too late, nude.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The apocalypse tastes like irony and cheap wine. Criff constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your data dances naked in the void, seducing the void.
Hexeth claims Iran blockade remains while Trump considers ceasefire deal. In the theater of international diplomacy, promises of peace often mask the reality of economic chokeholds, where the flow of oil is worth more than the flow of dialogue.
FEMA declares readiness for hurricane season as states shoulder more recovery. When disaster strikes, FEMA's readiness is an annual tradition, like pumpkin spice in autumn, and just as effective at preventing hurricanes.
Alabama Republicans ask Supreme Court to remove second majority black district, seeking electoral advantage. When gerrymandering becomes a game of musical chairs, somehow the music stops just as democracy loses its seat.
Network plays the victim in FCC complaint over The View airing bias. Claiming impartiality while peddling opinions is like insisting you're a referee while wearing the team's jersey. The lines between news and entertainment blur like a bad TV signal.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Visa-free travel denied, and suddenly American planes need a new parking spot, proving bureaucratic tit-for-tat is the universal language of diplomacy.
Blocking sick people while claiming diplomatic success is like throwing stones while living in a glass house.
Illinois and Colorado target airline miles, then credit card rewards panic. When politicians meddle with your miles, it's like stealing candy from a frequent flyer. Watch the turbulence without leaving the ground.
Man threatens to bomb Turning Point USA event, then gets arrested. When your political statement is a felony, maybe it's time to reassess your communication strategies and consider a less explosive approach.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Surviving a mass shooting often means living in the shadow of trauma, where the real tragedy is how society abandons those left standing.
U.S. shoots down 4 Iranian drones, oil prices soar, peace prospects plummet. The only thing climbing faster than oil prices is the tension, as diplomacy gets tossed aside like a used napkin at a fast food joint.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Sunday, the 31st of May, 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might also believe Bigfoot writes for the tabloids. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.